Hello once again, everybody. I'm Gary Jackson, and this is In Ohio Country. Today we're visiting with Richard Seibert. Richard, can you tell us a little bit about how, from the time that you first started in the operation to today, how things have changed for you?
Oh, they've really changed a whole lot from the time my grandpa had horses, which I don't remember much, to the technology we got with the tractors driving themselves. Labor was so much more intense then. I spend more time in my office trying to figure things out than actually labor. Most anyone can drive a tractor, but it takes a real good operator to understand and manage the situations. But things has really evolved in that way.
At the same time, the one either good thing or bugaboo would be the weather. And how do you get around getting what you need, information, supplies, marketing, whenever the weather plays such a major factor?
Well, the weather's it's a big elephant in the room basically all the time with trying to decide. So you try to choose your herbicides, choose your corn with the idea that there's different variables. Some of them that be more drouthy, some of them would stand more water, some of them would stand more dry weather. So that's a hard one with the marketing. You just kind of do it percentage-wise. Do a little now and a little later, basically, so it's not all your eggs in one basket, so to speak.
When you need to make your decisions, oftentimes you don't have an awful lot of time. There's a certain amount of just maybe a little window. How important is it to have people that you go to that can get you the information, can get you services, supplies when you need it?
Well, that's very important. Actually, with agriculture, the way we're doing things, maybe more now than the way it used to be, even Sundays, if the weather's right, the time's getting away from you, you have that window to get things done, you need your suppliers behind you that's there to accommodate the things that you need. You try to get things ahead of time, but there's a lot of times that you forgot or you found another field or some other thing comes up, and you need to be able to pick up the phone and get somebody there to help you or get the product you need. So it's a very big thing to get things done when it needs to be done. Over 2,000 acres. We got corn, beans, and wheat. We raise cattle. My father's still involved. I have 3 sons working with me. It's a family farm. It's been in a generational thing. It's been around for a long time.
Well, with the generations involved, I'm sure that maybe from time to time everybody has a few different opinions about how you might want to do things. How do you make your decisions?
Well, they all have their inputs. We get my dad's input, things going on the way they have done it, and he has a lot of good ideas. My sons, they come up with different ideas. We kind of hash them out and see what works, and then work together to come up with an idea of what we need to do and go forward.
Well, I'm sure today with a lot of the different technologies ever increasing, the synergy with information coming faster and faster all the time, do you use everything, or do you try to talk about everything before you make some of those decisions?
Yeah, my father's not involved too much with the technology part. The sons seem to get a lot of the information. I get a lot of the information. We spend a lot of time talking about it. One son seems to know more about the technology because he's in it. But we, as a group, still decide what ways we need to go and that sort of thing. When you get all done, if there's a discrepancy, I tend to be the one that ends up making that decision for now.
Well, with the grain marketing, the challenges from time to time with runoff, with livestock, and the challenges that you would have with that, what are the major challenges that you do have, and how do you meet those challenges?
Well, as you was talking about the runoffs and the manure management and that sort of thing, and with the manure management comes nutrient management, making sure the soils aren't filled fuller than they need to be, put the manure where it belongs, the nutrients where it belongs. We've been doing that ever since Ag Leader came out with their first Ag Leader monitors and that sort of thing, monitoring soils and structures and locations where we need the nutrients. So if you put them where they belong, you normally don't have a runoff problem. So you try to hit them head on and see the needs of the soils and the surrounding things before you have the problem.
How important would information that you might get from suppliers have as far as what you ultimately decide?
But there's a lot of things that the suppliers have to offer as far as where things need to go and what they have to offer. So we get a lot of information from the suppliers, and it's good, very good information because they're in it maybe and see a bigger area than what maybe I do.
Most farmers want to leave the land in better condition than when you received it, and I'm sure that this is what you want to do too. What are some of the things that you're doing to accomplish that?
Well, the family farms or the smaller farmers are better entitled to do that than the larger ones. And that's where my heart really is. What are we doing to... My grandfather actually shoveled limestone off the back of a wagon to get the pH changed. And now we are doing it per soil type. So we're doing a better job per acre getting the nutrients where they belong with more research and with the technology, that we are trying to pass it on in better condition than when we've gotten it, so that the young ones can take it and go further. So it's an evolving thing.
Some of the sons in your operation come up to you and say they'd like to do something that you haven't done. What's the process for you to maybe discuss that and maybe open your eyes a little bit?
Well, actually, that happens quite often. One instance of that happening now is the young Holstein calves and that sort of thing. We've always had the good quality black cattle, the high-end restaurant quality animals we raised, and the money seems to be going towards more of maybe Holsteins, and he likes to raise little calves. So we try a few, and he's doing the work, and we just see how it works out financially too, and see how it works in the operation. If it works, and that's what they want. That's the way that you kind of go, because that's the future of where we are going as far as our particular operation.
How important is it to be and stay members of organizations, farming operations, maybe some of the commodity organizations where you have a little bit more strength in numbers?
Well, I think it's very important. I mean, I've went through the FFA Young Farmers, State Young Farmers. I'm a member of the National Young Farmers. They're a really strong, good, wholesome type organization. And the corn growers and some of these, they're farmers supposed to be like myself, trying to educate and do better for commodities and that sort of thing. But it's easy to get involved if it's something that you're proud of or something you see the need.
Well, Richard Seibert has been our guest today. We'll be back with more right after this.